And so, yeah, there's sort of two ways you can go to know that you're on the path, I guess. One way is to choose to reject it and say, I'm going to be part of the lie. I'm going to go with the group, whatever the group says. My opinion, my feelings, my perspective, they're all secondary. I've learned to push them down or to not to trust them. Whereas your other path is a following of the truth and it's living authentically. How do you know when you're walking on the right path?
Well, you never really do because it's opening up as you go,
Yeah.
and you are the one who decides. This is where your
Mm,
free will, comes
mm,
in. This is where your deeper voice, your conscience comes in. The other paths which are formulaic, they give you a certain kind of certainty, which most people say, that's good enough for me. I'll be corralled by that. See, the thing that's why there's so few mystics in the world and plenty of conformists is because this other path that we're talking about is difficult and you won't be able to do it without a lot of ability to, I'm thinking here, see, in terms of even physical energy. My mind goes to people like Wilhelm Reich. You need to be able to tap into the inner source of vital energy.
mm,
Yeah. You won't even make it unless you can really muster the physical life force
mm,
to persevere against the obstacles that are not going to come toward you. It's like playing a video game, they're just going to throw everything at you. So you need a lot of vital energy. You can't be a weak soul and hope to make
mm,
any progress. So that would be the physical side of it. To keep your body and your health together, would
mm,
be an enormous part. Then on top of that, once that's sorted, then you'd have to be okay with this sort of spontaneity and flexibility. But even more so is then you have to awaken conscience, which is different than superego, right? Yeah, there's a big difference here. There's actually two moral centers. We talked earlier about the consciousness splitting into two in order
yeah.
to function. Well, this is also backed up by the fact that really, as we develop as children, there's two moral centers, and they're
Mm-hmm,
quite different. People don't realize this. One
mm-hmm.
generates guilt, and another generates shame. And
Right.
the two are so similar that we know most people today have no clue what you're talking about. They couldn't tell the difference between the two at all, right? But in psychology, they matter a lot.
Mm,
And the shame comes from the conscience, and the guilt comes from the superego. And both are needed. You can't get rid of one and leave and only have the other. You need both of them, but you need them again in the right balance.
yeah.
Now, on the Siddhartha road, the outsider needs to awaken his conscience. Let's say this is where you get into values and good and evil,
Mm,
because the conscience will have now its own moral structure that could be very, very different, you see, than the people around you. You may have to fall in love with the word no.
mm,
You may have to set more boundaries than you've done before. You may have to use your will and your desire, in a different way. And all of these things, and also there may be a lot of abandoning of certain
mm,
ways of being, and certain friends and certain approaches as well. All a lot of hard work. So that's what I would say about that is, now, it's not that you can't find pointers. You just mentioned Krishnamurti. I mean, yeah, you should read his work, should listen to him. You'll get some pointers from him and other wise souls out there, right? But as I said,
mm,
there's a lot of fucking charlatans as well,
yeah.
espousing a lot of lies. How can we tell the truth from the good? Well, that's where people like me come in. I'm not boasting. I'm just saying that this is where, because we've done the 30, 40 years of work. And
Mm,
hopefully if people are into our work, that will assist them in
mm,
being directed towards only the best of the best, with warnings about, oh, this guy's really good, but there's a few things over here that, you got to watch out for. That's what I do.